On a wonderful day. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I don't know if any of you have been following what's been going on with Don Lemon, but man, it is a saga. It looks like right now Don Lemon is basically being called a liar by CNN. In case you don't know, Don Lemon was let go of CNN in probably the most disrespectful, most unceremonious fashion. And it turns out that right after Don Lemon released a statement, I guess, telling the public, what happened, all that other stuff. CNN basically called him a liar. CNN effectively came out and said everything that Don said in his tweet was wrong. If you recall, Don Lemon came out and said, no one talked to me, no one let me know what was going on. And CNN's basically saying that's not true. We let you know what was going on. We gave you an opportunity to talk to management, and you chose instead to release a statement on Twitter. And in addition to that, Don Lemon has hired the same attorney as Tucker Carlson. So Tucker and Don, as you know, Tucker and Don were let go of on the same day. And this is interesting because this was Don Lemon's Negropean wake up call. That's what I called it on my Instagram, the Negropean wake up call, because as you know, Don's kind of been a little bit of an antagonist toward the black community for a while. There are a lot of black people who don't like Don. I'm not gonna say I dislike him, but I can say definitely for sure Don has said some negative things about me. He went on the Tom Joyner morning show and went crazy and said all these bad things about me because I didn't like Lee Daniels and his show Empire. I mentioned Empire, and I said that this dysfunctional television is very harmful to the black community. Well, as you know, Lee Daniels is part of the LGBT community along with Don. So Don goes on Tom Joyner to defend his friend against this idiot Professor Boyce Watkins, and pretty much kind of tries to bash me or whatever. I don't pay much attention to it, and I didn't take it personal. I totally get it to some extent, but I can say definitely I think this was kind of a long time coming for Don. I don't think Don was a guy that the black community could really depend on. I don't know, but maybe you guys disagree, and it's totally okay if you disagree. And also, I think this is going to be ugly and interesting. I was very surprised by it. I was also surprised that CNN let go of Tucker Carlson. If you recall, Tucker Carlson is, this guy. I mean, he was a cash cow for Fox News. Tucker Carlson's show was the highest rated show in all of pundit television. I mean, he was the leader. Now, mind you, these pundits are full of crap. Some of them, they lie, they make things up. It's either from the right or the left. Pick your poison. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I gave you advice on what I think we should do with television, I think you should turn that crap off. I really do. I think that Democrat versus Republican nonsense is dividing this country. I think Fox News has been a liability to America, but Fox News has been good at sort of broadcasting these shows with all these bright, shiny colors that get people's attention, and they are very good at making money, sowing divisive seeds in America. Now, again, America is going to pay the price. Our country's not going to be as strong as it used to be, and a lot of it's going to be because these pundits on CNN, Fox, and MSNBC are just harming the country. But with Tucker Carlson, what was fascinating to me was that I never thought Fox would let go of Tucker. I just really didn't think so. But then again, I never thought they'd let go of Bill O'Reilly. And Tucker, unlike Bill O'Reilly and Don Lemon, Tucker never said anything negative about me. O'Reilly did a whole show about me. If you go back to about 2007, 2008, he and Laura Ingraham, when I was at Syracuse University, they went pretty hard to try to discredit me and everything else. And, and pretty much were using race as their way of trying to do that. And I would almost say I probably could have sued Fox News because that disrupted my tenure bid. Because right after that Fox News episode took place, one of the professors who was evaluating my tenure openly and publicly called me an idiot, and the university was discriminating against me in the sense that when I would do things that were impactful on a national level, I didn't get the same recognition as the white guys, right? So this is kind of a typical black story, right? Many of us go through this. Give me a yes if you've gone through workplace racism. Give me a yes if you've gone through situations where you didn't get what you deserved, or the white people got recognized for the same thing you did. Or give me a yes if you've ever been in a situation where you should have been paid more, should have gotten promotions, and you didn't. That happens. And you guys know on this platform, one of the biggest things I advocate for is that if you're black, I think it's very important that we as black people exit most of these systems. I do not think these systems benefit us. I do not think these systems work for us. So while I can openly reflect on the mistreatment I experienced at Syracuse. I can talk openly about what I feel like they did to me while I was there, and all this other stuff. It's okay. My life is better now. My life is better because I left. It's better because I started my own business. It's better because I freed myself. Now I can say whatever I want. And you'll never hear about Dr. Boyce Watkins being fired because I'm never going to fire myself. So anyway, with Tucker Carlson, let me just say this. One of the things that I heard that was a really compelling theory as to why Fox let go of Tucker Carlson. One was it definitely had to do with this. It was partly connected to this lawsuit. In case you don't know, Fox was being sued for like $1.5 billion because they were making up these stories about these voting machines from this company called Dominion. Dominion sued that ass, and they got a settlement of $787 million because there was evidence all over the place that the Fox commentators didn't even believe the crap that they were putting online, right? So Tucker was all in the middle of it. Tucker was texting. He was supporting Trump in public, but texting that he despised him in private. It was pretty ugly, kind of crazy. Well, the interesting thing about Tucker, here's another theory that I saw, and I don't think that this is incorrect. If you watch some of Tucker Carlson's analysis, he's talked about big pharma, and he's talked about how big pharma paid big money to media companies also in the black community. He didn't talk about this. Is my add-on to this because y'all know I talk black first. So also to the black community, and they basically pay big money to market these drugs, these jabs that openly caused all kinds of side effects, that openly had all these issues, that where there were experts from Harvard that were saying maybe you shouldn't take this or maybe you should take your time. And they were basically funding smear campaigns. Give me a yes if you saw this during the pandemic. They were funding smear campaigns against anybody who spoke otherwise. Even people that were polite about it, even people that were respectful, even people that were knowledgeable, even people that had tremendous amounts of skill and experience. They were slandering these people and attacking these people and isolating and ostracizing Harvard and Yale and Stanford educated doctors because they didn't go along with the program. Well, you know what that was coming from? And this is where I'm going to give Tucker his due. It came from the money from Big Pharma, y'all. That's what it was. Big Pharma was paying out hundreds of millions to Fox News. So Fox is like, we're not going to get too hard on the pharmaceutical company. So when Tucker started speaking on Big Pharma, a lot of people feel that that's what caused Tucker to get booted out of Fox. Even Fox ain't crazy enough to let go of their money. Now, you guys know my PhD is in finance. I talk about economics a lot. So sometimes people may wonder, well, why are you talking about that, Dr. Boyce? That's not an economic concept. No, I'm not talking about 401ks and stock markets and all this other stuff. I can talk about that stuff all day. I'm talking about how money moves the world. I'm talking about how money can either liberate you or money can enslave you. There are billion-dollar slaves in this country. And I'm going to tell you, these TV networks, particularly the CNNs, et cetera, they are slaves to that dollar bill. They have to maximize shareholder wealth and revenue. And what nobody paying bigger than Big Pharma. Big Pharma was putting tons of money in their pocket. And because that money was going in their pocket, they don't dare allow any pundit on the air who is going to say that maybe you should reconsider the drugs and medications and jabs that they're trying to push on the American people, right? So what I'm saying is that here's my answer to this public media and this pundit crap. I don't watch this stuff. I just don't. I turn it off. I watch it sometimes because I might be at my mama's house and she might have something on. Be at my mother-in-law's house, she might have something on, and I see the brainwashing from both sides. I think Black people have to really sort of carve themselves out of space that is disconnected from all of that because the Democrat Republican nonsense is not going to benefit you. This money is sloshing back and forth. And what you are, Black people, is you are a pawn in a much bigger game of economic warfare. Okay, economic and political warfare. They're fighting for power and resources, and they're using you as much as they can to achieve their goal. So again, people think, oh, well, the Fox News, they hate Black people. No, they don't. They don't hate all Black people. They just hate you if you're not a Republican, if you're not a right winger like them. If you're a right winger, oh, they'll lift you up, they'll boost you up more than other white people. Seriously, how many Black pundits have you seen on Fox? You see a lot of them. You see a lot of the Jesse Lee Peterson, who's about as dumb as a brick, who talks like Elmer Fudd. You seen that one guy, I forgot his name. He just likes to yell a lot. He yelled at Cornel West. I forgot the brother's name, but he's an idiot. They have that one fat guy, the big chubby guy, Charles something, who does Fox Business. They have plenty of Black people they'll bring on Fox as long as you're one of them. The same thing is true with the left. Does MSNBC hate Black people? No, they don't hate Black people. They just hate you if you're not a liberal like them. They don't care about you being Black. What they care about is whether you're liberal or conservative. I need y'all to pay attention pay attention. And what they'll do is every side will use the very serious topic of racism. Leo Terrell, that's his name. He's a dummy. He's an idiot. He sounds stupid. But anyway, what they'll do is they'll use something as sacred and as painful as the history of racism as a tool and a weapon to confuse lower minded people into thinking that we're on your side because we're protecting you from racism. Well, if you're really trying to protect me from racism, then write that damn check. Seriously, seriously, one thing that white people agree on Fox and CNN is that we ain't giving Negroes nothing. We're gonna give them all the symbolism, but we ain't never gonna give them that money. Give me a yes if you know what I'm talking. Have y'all ever seen anything on CNN, Fox, or MSNBC that is openly on that network wide supporting reparations? I'll wait. I'll wait. Give me an example where any of those networks has ever said, you know what, we need to write that 17, 14, 15, 16 trillion dollar reparations check to the black community and pay them for what they've gone through. Not one of those networks has been willing to do that, which is why I'm telling you that none of these people are your friends. They are your friends as long as you support their interests, and their interest is bigger than you. Their interest is bigger than whether you're white or black. You know, like when they had the January 6th riots, those were the racist riot. Those are white supremacist riots. What nothing white supremacist about the January 6th riots? There were black people in the crowd. Shut up. Or they'll talk about or the right. Candace Owens loves to talk about the racism of the Democratic Party plantation. Yeah, they do run a plantation, and yeah, the racism's there. But what do you got that's better? You ain't got nothing better. Because when we talk about making things right and writing that check, that's when y'all shiver back into the bushes like Homer Simpson. You know that meme of Homer Simpson slide back into the bushes. That's when y'all slide back into the bushes because you're really just using our racial pain as a political weapon to allow you to destroy the other side. And what happens is you get slapped around like a rag doll as black people, where you're just kind of being used. You're like the child in an abusive marriage where the mother and the father are using the child to attack the other parent. All that does is that abuses the damn baby. That's why if you're one of those parents that uses your kids to get back at your ex, you're a damn idiot. All you're doing is you're abusing your child. Stop it right now, because that's what they're doing to black people. We are the abused little orphan child that gets slapped back and forth between our Democratic daddy and our Republican daddy or Republican mommy or whatever. I don't want to be any. I don't want anybody to be my mommy or my daddy because I'm a grown ass man. Give me a yes if you at least can hear what I'm saying. You ain't got to agree, but give me a yes if you can at least acknowledge what I'm saying to the point where we can grow outside of this line of thinking. Now, as far as Don Lemon goes, let me summarize on this. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Please hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. I should let you all know my name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to acknowledge a brother who helped to sponsor this podcast. He's a black dentist who runs a black-owned business that everybody should look at called Dr. Q's FreshBreathClub.com. Go to Dr. Q's FreshBreathClub.com. I'm going to put this up there. We need to buy black-owned products. We need to buy black-owned socks, black-owned shoes, black-owned dental supplies. He's a professional dentist, very good, out of St. Louis, who has a whole suite of very healthy dental products, and that's his website. So I'm going to leave it up there on the screen. Please write it down. Please go support this brother because we got to support our own and get our own corporate sponsors in our own community so we're not being slapped around like rag dolls, okay? All right, so and one more thing too, if you ever want to take a look at my new book, it's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. It's a very popular book. A lot of you like it. It's a bestseller on Amazon, and it's very, very, very good at what it does in terms of giving you simple rules of wealth building that can give you the power that we're talking about. Feel free to go to Amazon, or you can go to BoyceWatkins.com, either one. All right, so let me just kind of conclude on this. All right, so what do I think is going to happen with Don? All right, so with Don Lemon, my prediction is that Don is going to end up in court for a long time. I think Don's going to be okay. I really predict that Don Lemon is going to get a big fat settlement. I'm suspecting that CNN will pay him just because they want to kind of try to make it go away. Don is well known. Don has a big platform, and Don he was a staple on the network. He's right below Anderson Cooper. I think he's pissed off. I think CNN is going to pay him just to make him be quiet, and I think he's going to take the money and shut up. Also, he and Tucker Carlson have actually both hired the same lawyer. So there's some high-powered lawyer that works with celebrities and gets some big payoffs when they get fired. So both these guys are going to be okay. I also think Tucker is interesting because Tucker has the ability to steal Fox News's audience. Not all of it, but a big chunk of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tucker comes out with some deal. I think both of them are going to come out with a deal where they're working with some other network, maybe some smaller network or something like that. But Tucker Carlson, and I've watched them both. I've watched a little bit of Don. I've watched a little bit of Tucker. Tucker, to be quite frank and honest with you, whether you agree with him or not, I think Tucker Carlson is smarter than Don Lemon. I don't think Don Lemon is that smart. I think Don Lemon just kind of repeats talking points. He's not a dumb guy, though, but he's not that smart to me. Tucker, he takes on things like Big Pharma. I think Tucker has shown some courage in some certain areas, even though he's not correct on everything. And I think Tucker is going to I think losing Tucker is really going to hurt Fox. It's going to be different from losing Bill O'Reilly, who's kind of a guy that you could replace with a Tucker Carlson. I don't know if Tucker Carlson can be replaced. I'm going to be just quite frank with you. But anyway, you can feel free to agree or disagree. It's totally up to you. I'll keep you guys posted, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, subscribe on the way out. And my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. Feel free to follow me on the gram. And my website is boycewatkins.com. I have a training there called How to Make Money Without Working. So feel free to go to my website if that is of interest to you. Black economic empowerment is my thing. That's what I believe in. That's what I think is our solution. And I want to help you as much as I can. So have a good day, everybody. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.